Good morning, Magandang Umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Friday, and it is build day 170 on the construction schedule out of Villa FELIZ. And wasn't yesterday a hoot? Did I just say a hoot? It's starting to show my age here. But yesterday was a great day for that trip down to Alabang, and we got a lot of things accomplished. And got to meet some really good vendors and some people that we're going to be working with in the future for our build. Well, I'm down to 3%. For some reason, I did not charge this battery on the go. So I'm going to need to get today started as soon as possible and get this thing charged back out at Villa FELIZ so we can continue with recording today's episode. So anyway, let's get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Good morning, Mark. How are you this morning? Hi, guys. You know what? I have a lollipop for you guys. Yay! There you go. The purple lollipop. No, only one because I have to save one. I have to save one for the other children too. Okay. No, only one. Good. Only one. So anyway, I made it out here. We don't have a standard My PI Dream entry into the site here today. The battery died. I had 3% when I woke up this morning. I used it all day yesterday, and I did the time lapse videography on the way coming back, and I forgot to charge the camera this morning. So hence the non-standard intro, but we're here. Anyway, so we're here, and I went through the house and I tried to figure out what got done from yesterday to today. It seemed like the priority for yesterday was cleaning. You saw when we left yesterday they were doing the pressure washing of the basement, and they completed that, and they're doing the waterproofing now. They're doing the waterproofing mainly right now inside the spare bedroom that's going to be inside the basement, and I imagine that will migrate out into the main open area as well. I haven't let them know yet that the tiles are in the back of the truck because my builder is not here yet, and when he gets here I'll let them know. Something I found out yesterday, and we should have done this already. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got like 10 or more of the fence posts already installed. But in every one of the fence posts should have been conduit for the lighting that's going on the inside. So let me kind of show you what my plans are for this. There's going to be caps on the top of each one of these. There's going to be a very nice, like a pyramid cap on the top of each one of the posts. But on the inside right here, this section right here, there's going to be a light on every single post all the way around. And the easiest thing to do would have been to put some of the Neltex PVC pipe inside here, the 1/2-inch pipe, and run it out to the base, and then you just thread your wire in for your lighting, just like what we did here for the lighting that's going to be at each one of these points up here. You do that ahead of time, and it makes it very easy when it comes time to do your electrical. Now what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to carve a section, they're going to chip, and they're going to spend a lot of time to get out of the light. So they're going to do a lot of time doing all that. So as soon as my builder comes in, I'm going to make the recommendation that they go ahead and pre-run the PVC inside there, which will save them hours and maybe a couple of days worth of work running all this electrical inside there. So we'll talk with him when he comes in there on that. I did notice some work did get done yesterday to some of the finishing here for the grill section right here. This was unfinished, remember? And we just have to start working on the door, the 2 stainless steel doors that are going to fit inside there, and we will work on that a little bit later. So that got done yesterday. Also, let's see what else. Oh, they were working on some of the door jambs yesterday. You can see the one between the dining room and the lanai for bedroom number 1. He's already doing the fill-in. They mounted it and they're doing the fill-in on that one. And let's see, I think there was some work that was done back here in the back. Oh, yeah, right here. This is all completed. This is all filled in right now. So the door going into the laundry room, the door jamb is all completed on that one. Remember they were doing that? It started, I don't remember. I don't even remember did I do anything down here yesterday for checking. So let's look back here in the back, see if anything was accomplished in this back area back here. I don't remember if this was completed before I went to Alabang yesterday or not. And that's the ceiling tin that they're working on. They were working on this 2 days ago, but I don't think anything else got done here either. Oh, they did. They did. You see back here, this is where I requested that they push back the vaulted ceiling inside here, so it's on the other side of this beam, and it's all the way, they got it all the way now to where it's going to be the top of the vaulted ceiling, so that's great. They got that accomplished. And we're doing the remainder of the plaster coat for the outside. It's kind of cool that they do a nice finished plaster coat, even though you're not going to see it, but it gives an additional integrity and weatherproofing, everything like that. And that's going to be all hidden inside the roof line, but they do a professional job here. And I hear a truck, and on the back of the truck I see concrete hollow blocks. And we're going to say this is for the fence, because we don't have any more concrete hollow block for the rest of the house. Lots of fencing material right here. So I imagine these aren't nearly the quality of the first concrete hollow blocks I got, but again, it's for the fence, and we're trying to save some money. So we're cutting costs in areas that we can, and that's probably what you're going to do. When you're building a house, you have to determine where do you want the higher quality, stronger stuff, and where can you save a little bit of money. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's take a look at a little bit what's going on inside the basement area, so that we can get this battery charged. I just have enough battery charge so I can get the morning started here on the capture where we're at for day 170 here. So they finished, you can see back here, they finished the bedroom area. You see the floor is all waterproof inside there, and they're continuing to work out here with the waterproofing membrane, or paint, or compound, whatever you want to call it. So right now, this is the cleanest the floor has been in the basement since beginning of construction. So anyway, here in the CR in the basement, the only thing that got accomplished in all day yesterday was these 3 brackets that were sitting on the floor, and they got those mounted. And what they're going to do is they're going to adhere some tile to this right here. Guess that's the way they do it. I guess it'll be okay, we'll see. Okay, so we got some battery charge here on the GoPro. My builder is back, and I know he hates it when I'm away for a day, because he knows that my mind is going like this. It's going like crazy, thinking about things while I'm gone instead of not being here. And I did. We just spent, I'm gonna say 45 minutes going through each one of the different areas that I had concerns about, and we talked about that quite a bit. And one of them, remember, this morning was this area right here. Well, it's not a problem, because his design is not the way I thought they were going to run the conduit, because there's going to be between each one of these columns. This is a wall. This is actually going to be concrete hollow block is coming up to this point. We're going to have like a little bit of privacy in our backyard. Our backyard is going to have some privacy, and then there'll be fence line along the top of it here. But when it gets to the front, it drops down to a lower level, so you can actually see the front yard will be, it'll be like, it's like, you know how you display your front yard, and you put all the pretty stuff on the front, even though we're going to have pretty stuff in the back too. Pretty stuff. We're in the back. We want some privacy, so if we want to lay out and things like that, and people walking down the street, they won't see you laying out in your swimming trunks or Roy no shirt kind of thing in the backyard. Which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So what we're going to do, like I said, the back of the fence line is going to be higher. So this is all this is concrete hollow block, and then what they will do for the lighting, because we still have another meter of posts that we're allowed. I think it's 2 meters is for the maximum height for the posts inside for the yard for the fencing. So there will be more. This is just stage 1 of this post, and there's going to be another part of the post that goes up here, and then there will be a cap on the top, and so we will be putting the lighting up a little bit higher up here. And what they will do along the top of the concrete hollow block, if you can imagine all this being concrete hollow block here, they will run all the conduit, which makes sense now, and they will run that around the entire yard. It'll be very easy to do, and then they will hook up the lighting for that. So the question came into play, the spacing. Well, it's going to be, if we put a light on every post, every single post, that would be like, my goodness, let's see, I think we have about 40, somewhere around 40 columns or fence posts all around the yard. So that would be 40 of those lights inside there, and we don't want to do that because it would end up looking like runway at a international airport. We don't want that many lights, but we want to have nice lights for to accent the backyard and to give us enough to where we can enjoy the evening time for entertaining. So what we're going to do, we're going to alternate. We're going to put on the inside of the column, we're going to put one here, every other one we're going to do that. So that leaves us the choice of what do we want to do for visibility from the outside, when you're looking from the outside. So I have to make a decision whether we want to have the caps. We're doing the pyramid caps on the top. They were supposed to be on the top of each one of these. Or do we want to alternate opposite of the ones on the inside and put a light on the top that, you know, it's like it sits on the top of each one of the posts. Many of the people here in the subdivision have that, and they're very attractive from the outside, and it gives a little bit of additional light around your yard as well for security and for illumination, for aesthetics. So I have to make a call on that, whether, because I'm a symmetrical kind of a guy. Even though it's every other one, it would mean every other one would not have that cap on the top. So I told my builder, I'm going to think about that just a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to set up the Bahi Kubo and set up the office inside there, check some emails, and maybe check some comments, and then we'll be back to the build cycle, see what's going on here in just a little bit. So I did not see this when I came in today. They've already started pouring the beam that goes along the base of the columns for the fencing, and that's what they're doing. And they got the rebar, and the rebar is going to hold the wall for the concrete hollow blocks. But they're mixing some more cement now for this. We almost have the back. They must have done most of this yesterday. Wow, we even got some concrete hollow blocks. Wow, this was fast. I didn't see them start this either. So anyway, you see they're shaving the side of the door. I asked my builder because it doesn't fit inside the door. It's a little bit too wide, and a little. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit less than a ½ inch, maybe around 3/8 of an inch is what they have inside here. So they have to shave that off of the outside. And you see that's what they're doing right there to make it fit. So I asked him. I said, why don't you order the door to the opening size when you know what the opening, because you're the one who builds this. He said then the door makers, when they make the jams, they always make it just a little bit bigger. Then, so say if it was an 80, they'll make it an 81 centimeters in the width and stuff like that. So I said, well, since you know that, I said, why don't you make your frame just a little bit bigger to accommodate, because you know what you're going to get. But I don't know. So anyway, they have to adjust the door frame to get it to fit inside. I really don't like the idea of cutting too much wood off of there, because you're paying for the wood. You're paying for the thickness and the finish and everything like that. And but it is what it is. Again, it's one of those other things that it is what it is. So it looks like they got most of the plastic coat inside there to embed the door jamb here between the dining room and the lanai for the bedroom number 1. And we have concrete poured in the base of the grill area right here, so that's one step closer. We're getting very close to putting in the area here for the doors, the stainless steel doors, and then we'll work on the slab that goes on the top, the granite slab that goes on there, and everything else one step at a time. But that's the next step right there. Now in the basement, they've been spending the day, or the whole morning, doing the waterproofing, which is just a roll-on application. And you can see, I'm not sure if it's 1, 2, or 3 coats inside there. I have to ask my builder what the application is for the basement floor. But I know they have one. We have one complete application all the way around here. And the guys have been working diligently on a lot of the roofing. I tried to get an update, and well, I did get an update from my builder. And I said, where are we at on the roofing? Because I thought we were 1 week away from roofing tiles. He said we're 2 weeks away from roofing tiles. I'm like, what? So we're like 2 weeks away. Somewhere in the middle of that time frame, we also will have, and it's part of the roofing team, that will do the stainless steel gutters inside there, connect those to all the purlins, and the very last step, I guess, well, it would be, is the roofing tiles themselves. So 2 weeks. Well, anyway, I took delivery today. This was the delivery number 3 in the last few days. I haven't opened up the box yet, but I know what's inside. And this is a vessel sink. This is the vessel sink my wife picked out. And this is going to be for the CR down in the first floor. Anyway, it is lunchtime, and it's lunchtime for me as well. I brought some ramen noodles, but I'm going to save those here. I have to go get some food for Hapon and Marianne. So I'm going to go grab some dog food, and I'm going to stop by the Lomi shop because it's on the way. I wish we had other places to eat, but we don't. But they have different things inside there. They have pancit, like gusado, and they have Lomi, of course, and they have a couple other things. So maybe I'll do a change up today, who knows. All right, I've had several people ask the question about the C-purlins, the orientation of the way the C-purlins are mounted to the truss systems. And I promised you that I would show you once they started using the angle iron on here, how they do the mounting, why they do it the way they do it. Because a lot of the people, you see how the C-purlin, it's open in the top here and it's closed on this side right here. Well, when they do the mounting, the permanent mount, they'll do tack welding, like you'll see right there. It'll all be tack welded. But when they do the final mounting for straightness and the angle and everything, they're going to put a piece of angle iron. You see, let me see if I can get to the other side. You'll see the angle iron right there, and that's how they mount it. And you can't, if this C-purlin were turned in the opposite direction, where this side here that's open, you would have nothing for it to attach to. And that's the reason why they orient the C-purlin like they do. We have a lot of this done. It's they're working on that right now, and that will be the final stage. Once they get all that on there, then they'll do some trimming work on the edges, and then they'll do some, I think the roofing team will do the stainless steel gutters inside, and then the very last thing is the roofing material, which won't happen until, like I said, about 2 weeks from now. And then there were some people asking about some of the hardware, the stuff that goes in the valleys inside here, and the stuff that goes where we're not on the side right now, but where the roof line will actually meet some of the wall system, and it's called flashing. And what it is it's a way to prevent water from getting between the roof and your wall, and that will all be done. That's part of the roofing material has a package, and the package has the flashing. It has the pieces that go inside the valley. It has the stuff that goes over the top on the top angles. And I don't know all the technical terms. I don't remember the technical terms, but all that comes with the roofing package, and we'll talk about that. And when they're doing the installation, we'll show you, or I will show you how it's all installed. Well, as you can see, it is 4:55. The guys are breaking now for the end of the day. They worked hard today, especially back here on the, you see the perimeter fence on the back of the house, and we're starting to get the back fence in place back here. I was kind of hoping they would start this at the beginning of the face so we could define our property, but that my builder was telling me now they do that towards the end of the phase. Well, I imagine since we don't have the roofing tiles on, my builder strategy is to take the workers and put them where that he can use them at the time, so we don't waste any man hours. So that's why I think we started the fencing now, like we have it right now. But we are getting, I mean, we're only this is September something, and October, November, December. So really, three and a half months, and we're supposed to be done with this entire project. So that was one of the things that got done today. Now that was the backyard. I did the drone shot earlier, you saw, but you didn't see some of the C-purlin work that they're doing on the front. As you can see, this wasn't up there. We have the front. We're defining the very front of the house, or the side of the house over here. But for the roofing, we have a piece of the C-purlin that's up. Then they will put the other piece down, I imagine, tomorrow, and they'll do that the same for where the bedroom is, and wherever else they need to do that portion for the roofing. And I showed you today the angle iron that they're doing for the support of the C-purlin, and gave you the justification, the reasoning why that they orient the C-purlin in the direction that they do. So that was one thing. Let's go inside and take a quick look what went inside. What I did notice today, at the very end of the day, my tile guy, my precision guy, after they did the waterproofing of the basement, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. After they did the waterproofing of the basement, he started working again on the top portion of the tiling that's going to bring it out to where the shower head is. Oh, before we go down, I talked about earlier, we have the base of the barbecue grill poured down there, and we'll do the measurements, and we'll get a gap about this big right here. We'll put the doors inside, and pretty soon we'll have doors installed inside there. Let's do a quick walkthrough inside the basement, just to kind of look what we got done. And basically down in the basement, it was waterproofing today. But what I wanted to show you with the waterproofing is what the waterproofing is made up of. There's two components that are mixed together. And let me see if I can find, oh yeah, good deal. We have it right here. It's this Acribond by Cambridge, is a company that we went through for all of our waterproofing needs here. And it's a mixture of the Acribond and the Super Seal. They mix these together, and they put 2 coats down inside the basement. We have 2 coats of that, and that will prevent water seepage coming from underneath it and coming up and getting into our tile and getting into our basement. We don't have lights inside here. I don't know what happened to the lights, but we did get a little bit of tiling done. And I don't think you can see, but this is up on the top. It's very dark in here. Maybe I put my phone on and have a light here. We get a little bit. So this is what we have down here. We got this little bit on the top done today, and it'll work its way all the way up to this section right here. And that's everything in the basement. I have 3%, so I'm going to have to close this out really quick because the battery is getting ready to die here in a minute. Up on the first floor, so some tin work got done, and then placement, pre-placement and of the front door, the door jamb for the front door, where we're going to have the windows and all inside here. So that got work done as well. And I don't know, there was a lot of other stuff that was done. I have so very little I need to close out on this for today. And there was some work done upstairs. You see where the French doors are going inside there. They have all around the door jamb. They did the plaster coat, and they did the smoothing of that. And they will do the skim coat, maybe even next couple days inside. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, so possibly Saturday. So, oh, and Saturday for tomorrow. What are you doing, huh? And for tomorrow, we are we're starting to work with the self-leveling cement in the basement. I believe that's what we're doing tomorrow. I believe that's what we're doing. And then that also means we can actually apply some of the tiles. And we'll talk about the pattern tomorrow and what I discussed with my builder about how I want the orientation with the sump, big hole inside there so it looks nice and symmetrical inside the basement. So I'm going to close for now because this is getting ready to cut off. My battery is about to die. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And the way you do that is click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified each time I update a new video or upload a new video. So anyway, my mind is elsewhere. I have to tell you, we have this nasty hurricane that's coming through on the southeast coast, and my home and my wife are in Charleston, South Carolina, and I have concerns about this nasty, big, huge storm of the century coming through there. So anyway, for all those people that are affected, I pray for those folks. I hope they're able to recover soon, and I hope that this storm goes through and does the least amount of damage as possible, and we get back to life as normal. So anyway, tomorrow is Saturday, and it's going to be build day 171. It's build day 171 out here on the build schedule at Villa FELIZ, and it's going to be a lot more of the same stuff that you saw today. I think we're going to do more fencing, more roofing. The exciting thing for me is I'm hoping to see some changes inside the basement. So anyway, until tomorrow, you have a wonderful day.